It's nap time, so that means work time for me because I'm trying to not go back to the 9 to 5 grind when I'm done with maternity leave. I'm trying to create something for myself, and that means taking every opportunity to do so. So January has been a really good month. I usually think that January is the longest and most boring month, especially like you come off Christmas, which is so cozy, but then you look outside and it's still cold and gray and just But this January things have been a lot different. She makes every day so fun and I'm just having the time of my life. And then my husband has his birthday in January, which overall helps, but this year he turned 30, so we had a lot of celebrations and had a really good time. But that made the month very expensive on my part. And I have some big financial goals, so let's see how it went. When I have these big yearly goals that kind of seems a little bit far away right now, I like to divide them into small goals for each month that I can follow up to just remind myself that I have to do these kinds of small things to get to the big goal. And for January, I set 3 goals. I was going to post a lot on Finn and Tice, which is second-hand apps here in Norway, so I was going to put a lot of things out for sale. I was going to land at least 1 UGC job, and then I was going to post 3 times on YouTube. I have put out 6 things for sale, and while that is something, I don't think it counts as a lot, so I think I failed the first goal, but the 2 other ones I did accomplish. I actually thought that I landed 2 UGC jobs, but the first one just stopped replying, so I guess not. Maybe they'll come back, but I have landed 1. And then I did manage to post 3 videos on YouTube. Yay! She's so beautiful. I could cry every time I look at her, but I won't. Okay, so let's start with my side hustle income. I did have 4 income streams this month. The first one is my online store where I sell templates for Notion and Google Sheets, and I made 2,158 kroners in January. With my affiliate marketing where I share codes or links, I made 4,400. On Finn and Tice, the second-hand apps, I had 7 sales, and that came to 496 kroners. And then with Atapol, which is an online survey app, I made 311 kroners. The total is 7,365 kroners, and that leaves me at 7%. For reference, as I forgot to say, that my goal is 100,000 kroners in side hustle income this year, and we are 9% into the year, so that makes me a bit behind, but kind of on track. The next goal is saving 150,000 Norwegian kroners. So let's see what I managed to do in January. I paid off 2,519 kroners on my mortgage. I paid off 450 kroners on my student loan. I've invested 3,800 in funds. I invested 300 into crypto and 1,984 kroners for my daughter. And then I saved 400 for my retirement account and 2,158 for my own personal buffer account. I will have a bit of focus on my own buffer account now in the beginning of the year because I had this huge bill that was kind of unexpected before Christmas, and I ended up emptying my own personal buffer account. I of course want to build that back up, even though we have savings accounts together and a family buffer. This money is like for me and what I want to spend my money on. And we're also traveling 3 weeks to Japan later this year, which my part of that trip will come from this account, so I need to get it back up. That adds up to 11,612 kroners, and that leaves me at 8%. My third financial goal is to own 1,000 stocks that pay out dividends. I currently own 399, so that leaves 601, but I haven't bought any in January. I mentioned my online store when I talked about my side hustle income, and I have a goal here of 1,000 orders in that shop within the year, and in January I had 47. On that side hustle note, I am trying to become a paid content creator within a few months now that I have left of my maternity leave, so that I can maybe just take a part-time job. That is like my ultimate goal. I have emailed a few brands and businesses, but haven't gotten any answers back yet. So I think I need to just keep working on my follower count. I think that still means a lot in the brand's eyes. Even though I think with the right creator, you reach the best audience if they're pretty small. So my goal is at least 6,500 followers on Instagram this year and 13,500 followers on TikTok. To reach that, I need 2,705 more followers on Instagram, and I gained 425 in January, which I actually think is really good for a small creator, so I will share a bit more about that in another video. To reach 13,500 followers on TikTok, I need 5,629, and in January I gained 285. Then I have two goals that are within my mental and physical health. That is to read 15 books and have 150 workouts within this year. I did manage to get in 9 workouts in January, which is not a lot, but we are still like practicing being away from each other, me and the baby. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So with that in mind, 9 is not too bad, but I hope to get back on track in February. I haven't finished any books yet, but the reason why is that I started 2 at the same time, one about parenting and one that is more like a novel that is actually written by one of my friends. It's not published yet. She's trying to become an author, which I think is so cool, and I'm so honored to be able to read like the first copy. The other book is Being There by Erika Commissar, which is a parenting book about why prioritizing motherhood in the first 3 years really matters. And based on that book, I am currently feeling really bad that I am recording a YouTube video now that she is awake, so I need to wrap this up, but I think it's really interesting and I will link it down below for you. The last 2 goals is within the category of sustainability and just trying to make the world a little better. First one is to plant 300 trees with Tree Nation, which is where I have my digital forest that is actually a real forest, or not a forest, but I pay for trees that will be planted in different projects all around the world. This goal was also deprioritized this month due to my extra expenses, so it's at 0 right now, but I know that I will get that to 100%. That's important to me. The last goal is to do 10 sustainable switches in our home, and we have started off with one thing, and that is measuring cups. We have switched our plastic measuring cups with ones in glass, and we're really happy about that. They are easier to clean and nicer to look at. Now, what should we do with the short month of February? Of course, I want to do a lot of things. I want to get at least 12 workouts in. I want to finish up the 2 books and start another one. I want to get started on my digital forest. I want to buy those stocks, but I like to limit myself to 3 goals for each month, and I need to think of what I will focus on this month. If you have a lot more, I think it becomes messy. Okay, after some thinking and reflection, I have decided on these 3 goals for February. Number 1, publish another template in my online store. I'm currently working on 2 different ones, and I think I will be able to put out one of them at least, so I should do that. Number 2, send out 10 emails about collaboration or UGC work for different brands. January was, as I said, a good month growth-wise for me on social media, so the numbers are green, and hopefully that will hook someone in. And then number 3 is starting to read the 3rd book, because I need to have at least one goal and some focus on me time, because I need to relax my mind as well and not only focus on the hustle and trying to get all of this to work and have a lot of screen time basically because of that. So I need to focus on that as well, to just relax my brain, and I do that when I read. So now I of course want to know what you hope the next month will bring and how you're working on achieving your goals. And if you find it interesting to follow a woman who are chasing her dreams of reaching financial freedom, becoming a paid content creator because she thinks that's fun to do, and just want to better her life with a long bucket list and a lot of adventures ahead, hopefully, and also navigating being a new mom, please consider subscribing. That would help my channel a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.